Alrighty, let's see what maximum speed we can get on the Kukirin G3 Pro. Off we go. "42 kilometers an hour, 47 kilometers an hour, 50 kilometers an hour, 53 kilometers an hour, 55 kilometers an hour, 56, 57. Can't remember the last time I was this excited about a product. Glad the waiting is finally over now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kukirin G3 Pro. Opens up, filling the packaging so far, so it's basically a box within a box. Please keep this box and the inner packaging for future storage purposes and after sales services. Just flip it over, get this out of the way, and then flip it right over once again. Playing around with 40 kilos of weight. Gotta break another seal off again. Alright, Kukirin, you already impressed me with the first package, but let's get to the main thing. Good God. And whoops, there it is. More excited than the fat kid in the chocolate factory. Nice stickers from Kukirin. And it reeks of quality as well. And then I think we got ourselves some manual over there. Then there's some multi-tool. And then you have a spare tube. Oh wow, I'm feeling that. And then here we got a pump. See what's in there. Oh, all right, that must be the charger. And some extra cables. Just get rid of all this foam padding. Before we move on, I found something. That has to be the next charger. All right, okay, so we got 2 chargers. A lot of cushioning going on. Nice color scheme. It's looking good, looking good. So now I'm just gonna raise this entire thing. Oh, alrighty. And we can proceed to screwing the handlebars on. Just take this off. Alright, so the handlebars come on. Just secure the handlebars in place without tightening it down just yet. And now tighten it down. The scooter comes down temporarily. A little bit of tidying up. Alright, to the battery where you can set its default battery right there. And then the controller on the side. And here you have this little plug right here. Just pull it up. See there? Dual charging interface on the battery. And the whole thing just comes out like that, simple like that. So this way you can just bring this inside while you pack that outside. For those who have limited space in their apartment, just bring this inside and charge it separately. And when you're done, bring it inside and plug right back where it was. And you can also obviously get some spare batteries. That way you double the amperage and bump it up to 48. So it's nice and sealed. To the side, you have dual external charging port on the deck. When it comes to tires, you get 10 by 3 inches pneumatic off-road wheels, 140 millimeter brake disc, and it's all free running right here. No friction whatsoever. You got mud guards, which could have been metal, but they gave us plastic and it seemed like a durable plastic ball. Time will tell. XOD hydraulic brakes. I've never heard of that before, but you got single piston inside, and then you have your pads And it also has split rims for easy tire swap. Adjustable coil suspension with a payload of 120 kilograms. The finish is awesome on the scoots. And in terms of build quality, you could see attention to details, like all cables internally routed and then coming out here and then being fed to the front and rear wheels. Just, you wouldn't expect that from a scooter that costs $1,200 US. And now on to the dimensions. From the top of the deck to the stem, 102 centimeters. And then deck clearance, 20 centimeters. Deck width, 23, 22 give or take. And then the length is 47 centimeters. Wheelbase, 125. To the handlebars width, 64 centimeters. I can see the first thing that needs upgrading right there. 58 centimeters from the ground up when folded. The charging takes a whopping 10 hours, but with the help of a second charger plugged in, you can increase the amperage and dramatically bring down that charging time to 4 hours. Alrighty, right in the middle of the steering column, you got a little waterproof key cover, and then you got your keys. Turning just like a traditional scooter, right? See that button right there is right underneath your thumb. Press it, and it's powered on. I'm not just going to remove the protective film. Pretty basic, just so dual color. It displays your voltage, shows what current motor mode you're running at the moment. If it's single, or you could toggle to dual, single, dual. With the help of the red button right there. The odometer, the trip, when you push the mode button, it changes gear. Right? We went gear 1 and then gear mode 3, that will be the fastest. But I think the speed's actually limited depending on what gear you're running at the moment, right? If it's 1, I believe you could only accelerate to like 20 kilometers per hour. And then on gear 2, for instance, you could speed up to like 40 kilometers per hour. And then on the third gear, that's where you get your top speed, right? 70 kilometers per hour is claimed by Kukirin. So yeah, we'll find out. All right, in some other scooters you have the percentage displayed, but here you got 10 bars and it's currently at 5 bars right now, right? So it means before heading out, I'm gonna have to charge this to the fullest because nobody wants to go out with half-charged batteries.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And yeah, I believe that is it. Same mode button. If you hold down the same mode button, you're gonna turn it off and you could turn it right back on. And then if you give it like 3 taps, 1, 2, 3, you go to the P settings. That's the internal settings. And I believe P01, let me check. P01 changes kilometers to miles. I'm okay with kilometers. So for Imperial brothers on the other side of the pool,
The Imperial system's better. Anyone who says otherwise is a freak.
if you want to change kilometers to miles, you already know what it doodly do. So all you gotta do is just hold that same mode button down and then, oh no, 1, 2, 3, in P mode, and then you're gonna wanna hold it down once again, and then it start blinking, right? And then you can press that same mode button one more time and now you have miles, or you could go back to kilometers. And if you're satisfied, you press it and hold it down to save that. Alrighty, so now we're in P02. If you don't know what you're doing other than changing the miles to kilometers, I would advise just skipping this part. And now moving on to the layout of the cockpit. I'll say this is pretty cramped for a tall guy like me. I'm gonna have to extend this a little bit, maybe to like 760, just so almost like the width that I have in my back. Okay, handlebar, like grandpa handlebar. Nice modulated brake levers. And here you have the turn. No, that I was gonna say that was your turn signal, but this just the headlights. And then here you have the turn signal. You can see it blinking right there, and then your left turn signal as well. And then, wow, nice little honk right there. Alrighty. And to the brakes. Cool. Some people prefer the thumb, and some people prefer the index finger trigger. as opposed to from here. I prefer whichever one. I get used to things anyway, so I'll be fine. And there you have your kickstand. Now let's see what it feels like when a 231-pound guy hops on this scooter. Wow, that seems so plush and so high-end feeling. It's so freaking nice. All right, put the kickstand back. The deck grip tape attracts dirt, but getting rid of all the dirt with a sponge dipped in soapy water shouldn't be an issue. And the folding system here, if you want to fold it over, and you got this huge knob unscrew there, and then you got this safety pin right there. Then you just grab and pull this pin here, see that? And fold the steering column over. And as it folds up to this point here, you have this little hook that goes into that latch. And then you're gonna be able to easily lift the entire thing up. It's heavy though. And to unfold it, you just do everything you just did right now in reverse order. And put the safety pin back inside. And it's pretty snug and it's got no play whatsoever. And some people might want to hang their grocery store bag in this hook, because it's not just any other hook. Somebody actually put a thought in that. And when it's in single mode, you push the throttle, the rear wheel spins. Toggle to dual mode with the help of that red button right there. Both wheels should spin right now. There you have it. All right, enough of it blabbering. Time to go test these bad boys outside, shall we? Scratch that. Actually, I'm gonna charge it off with the dual charger that is provided. Leave it overnight, or if it's possible, maybe night ride is still possible today. Now, just for a quick demonstration of how bright the light is indoors at night. Then turn on the left signal. And the right signal. And then we'll go to the front. Ooh, blinding lights, if you ask me. It's got 2 headlights and 2 peripheral lights. And 2 deck lights on the sides for their visibility on the road. Remember, safety first. And of course, there are 2 turn signals. I believe it's bright enough to lead the road. And make sure you don't run into someone else, so probably on a scooter or on a bike or maybe a dog or dog poop. What's up and welcome back. I'm about to commence my first ride on the Kukirin G3 Pro. Y'all wish me luck. This is the first ride ever. And at this point, my heart was pumping as hell, because I must admit, it's pretty intimidating hopping on a machine you've never been on before. So this is the first time ever on the Kukirin G3 Pro. I've done 4 kilometers and it is as smooth as you can get to hit the maximum speed here. Oh, y'all wish me luck. Turn on this 3rd gear. All right, we're off. And after a few minutes of ride, I already broke that ice doing top speed like it was nothing. So it's 50 kilometers an hour, 53. $54, and then we're coming down. Woo! The horse has. You know what? I'm pretty much comfortable riding my 50 kilometers an hour, but I'll be honest with you, I'll never ride that kind of speed, okay? It's a scooter. Doesn't have any airbag. Anything goes wrong in a second, you have Oh, very, very fat hospital bill. Hey, see, even after reaching that 53 kilometers an hour, it just kept pulling it. You knew it had more power. You only got one life to live. Alright, so it says 7 kilometers on the odometer, and that has been 7 kilometers of pure unadulterated fun the entire time. Makes me feel like a child again. Yes indeed, yes indeed. These things do bring out our smile in you, making you feel like a superhero. That feeling we've always craved as children. Shit is zippy as hell. Good God. I don't know what I turned on, but it kind of got some magical power out of nowhere. Once again. Good God. So torquey. But then the suspension is stiff as hell. Now I'm just test riding it around town, trying out various riding surfaces, from smooth tarmac to hopping from straight curbs to paved stones, gravels, fire roads to grass, cobbles, you name it. And it ate everything thrown at it like a champ. Just a little side note, do you guys know the same Kukirin G3 Pro is marketed to the US crowd as Ausom Gallop? Yeah, you should check it out. The same frame, same geometry, same shocks, tires, actually even down to the same color scheme. It's the same thing, but it's just branded as Ausom Gallop, something like that. And anybody who sees me on this might think I've been riding this my whole life. It's my very first ride. And if that doesn't tell you how short the learning curve is on electric scooters, you know, compared to electric unicycles, and skateboards, and electric segways, and I don't know how else to convince you. Slowly but surely getting to the busier side of town. Good God, it's just with a push of one button and it's like you're on a flying carpet or something. Alright, so for one last time, let me try the max speed right here. That's 47. $53. I got headwinds. And now to the performance of the dual model, the very selling point of this particular model. See how well he handles one of my favorite hill climbs here in our local park. It says 10 degrees. All right. It's like 10 degrees gradient, something like that. Now we have this killer hill in our local park, right? And I already told myself, if the Kukirin can go up this inclination, which is around 40 degrees, I guess, I'm putting the old thing back in the box and sending it back to the seller. But it went up that hill with ease till I almost get to the very top. Then it started struggling, but not because it didn't have enough power or anything like that, but taking into consideration the G3 Pro isn't equipped with tubeless tires, so I struggle with traction right around when I'm about to hit the apex of the hill. So it stalled a little bit and I was about coming to a complete halt, but nothing, a little push couldn't get back running again. Then finally I made it to the top of the hill, and guess who else I met at the top? So who's the G3 Pro for? For those who want to feel like a superhero running errands around town, or those who just don't have any patience in traffic, or maybe those who want to go up the hills like a billy goat. Now, as a 105 kilo rider on a mid-range scooter with just a basic entry-level coil suspension, I was skeptical if the Kukirin G3 Pro is gonna handle all that weight going down flight of stairs. But to my surprise, it ended up like a Mexican fighter. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. Going up a flight of stairs makes a 105 kilo guy feel like a feather. Crazy. This is gonna be my first scooter, so I can really speak on longevity. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt until I put enough mileage in this scooter and then come back with a review update. Alright, up to the brake test. We have a stick here to mark the end of the brake test. There's 1, 2, 3, which each step representing 1 meter. 6, 7, 14 steps, meaning 14 meters. Match up the brakes. Stop in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It took 9 minutes to a dead stop from a speed of 35 kilometers an hour. Oh, righty. My conclusions: the entire device feels sturdy, nice little frame, and it feels just like a scooter should look. You know, it kind of feels like a tank, like it could take impact. But yeah, time will tell, because it's actually my very first scooter, so it's a little bit to, like I said, take anything that I'm saying with a grain of salt, because yeah, it's the second day right now, or the third, going to the third day right now, so still can't really tell when it comes to longevity of this little scooter. Other than that, I think it's real turkey, especially if you have that PA setting. That's 5. It defaults at something around 1, I guess. If you set the PA setting to like 5, then it gets real zippy. It's that rip your hands off handlebar type jerkiness to it. It's crazy. It can rip the shit up. And of course, it's nimble as well. Weaving around traffic in a busy area, it feels really nimble. It doesn't feel like a 40 kilo scooter. And of course, it's got a swappable battery. It means when it's raining outside, you could just park it outside and take out the battery and then charge it and put it back inside. Yeah, if you buy it in Poland, you get parts available in your local store. Those are one of the advantages of buying stuff from the local dealer, right? So you get parts already available as opposed to sending it back to China, for instance, because it would be impossible to send a 40 kilo device back to China, right? So those are the pros. And now to the cons. Very, very low inertia. But that might have something to do with a brake pad not yet bedded in, okay? So the brake rotors sandwich between the pads, and if you have like a brand new rotor and then brand new pads, it needs time to bed in, right? Other than that, the 40 kilo, that's a huge machine, okay? It feels planted in high speed, but yeah, it's not that portable, okay? And you feel it when you have to lift this upstairs, or maybe you have to transport it in your car or something like that. Otherwise, it's like a give and a cost at the same time, right? And another one is gonna be the charging time. They gave me two 2A chargers, and the 2 chargers could bring this up to 100% from a 50% depleted battery in 4 hours, right? It did it in 4 or 5 hours. That's a long time. It means bringing it from 0 to 100 with 2A charger is gonna take 10 hours or maybe 12. That's a whole lot of time to waste on just getting the batteries charged. So maybe the solution to that is to get another battery, and you know, while you're riding, you get one charge, and then when you get back home, the one already have charging is ready to go, right? And other than that, you have an extremely basic LCD screen right here. It's black and white, boring as hell. I prefer the much more modern one, the NFC one, right? The near field one. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. When you get to scan something, it makes like kind of like the modern one. I prefer that. But at the same time, here you have the much more traditional scooter key type scooter where you slot the key and press on the power button, and it's alright, but kind of dated. And yeah, another one, tacky, like plasticky type cockpit, right? Everything kind of seems flimsy. You can't really tell how long it's gonna last, but time will tell, right? Another con is gonna have to be the suspension. I'm 105 kilograms, right? And this, I actually, on my way here, I actually bottomed out a couple of times. So, but that probably has to do with the spring-loaded suspension, right? It's just ordinary spring, right? It's not oil and spring like we have in our bikes. And I heard somebody told me about riding it a little longer, and then I might get a full spring working. But for now, it's a little too springy for my liking. And yeah, so those are the pros and the cons. Do I have something else? All right, moving on to the next one. So in case you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. You can grab this for $1,000, just so throwaway price, $1,200 US on the Banggood and on the Kukirin side as well. Links in the description.